Journaling is one of those habits where I feel like I picked up over a year ago and now I can't see myself not doing. I used to see all these self-improvement YouTubers talking about, oh, you should be journaling. Oh, you should be writing down your thoughts. You should be doing morning pages. All successful men journal. And you know, I'd open the book, I see the blank page, and it would feel like I was doing a school assignment. Only difference is the teacher didn't tell me what to write and she didn't give me a due date. Bro, I swear I brought my first journal and I didn't write in that shit for like 6 months. Cause every time I would open it, I'd see the blank page and it was just like, I have no clue what the fuck I'm doing right now. And I don't want to start writing in this shit and like ruin the whole book because I have no clue what I'm doing. It wasn't until I came across this YouTuber named Struthless, and definitely go check him out if you haven't because he makes really good videos, but he had made quite a few videos about journaling and I felt like they really stuck with me. He had put like his formats, he had put what he does, he had put like some actual like PDFs that you could print out and write, and it finally motivated me to start journaling by myself. And I can honestly say top 5 decisions I made last year because journaling, fire. I think a few reasons I love journaling is because, you know, it gets rid of all those thoughts that be in your head that have nowhere to go. Like thoughts that aren't that important, but aren't like unimportant. Thoughts that be keeping you like awake when you should be sleeping at 3 a.m., but instead you're just there just thinking about random shit. B, I feel like it helps me keep track of my life. It helps me keep track of my ideas. It helps me keep track of things I gotta do and things I should be doing. And last but not least, I feel like journaling is a good habit to have that doesn't involve like looking at a screen. It doesn't involve other people. It doesn't involve going outside, but it's like one of those habits where you can like sit down at home, write in a book, and you don't feel like shit after because you're like, yo, I'm actually doing something productive. And another reason I like it too is just because like it's just for you. There's no pressure of anybody else reading it because it's just for you. And unless you turn into some like famous philosopher 200 years from now and everybody's printing your book reading it, you know, journaling is just for you. Only you're gonna read it. You don't have to think about what other people are gonna think because it's just what you think. So I wanted to make this video as more of a beginner's guide for people who are like me, where they wanted to get into journaling, they wanted to pick up the habit, but they weren't really sure how to start or how to really get into it. So hopefully this video motivates you to pick up a journal yourself and really start, because like I said, it's a great decision. You're gonna love doing it. So let's get into it. First thing you're gonna wanna do is pick a journal that's right for you. Me personally, I use this journal. I got it off Amazon. It was like $5 or $6, but you know, I've been using this one for over a year. Hardcover, the pages don't rip, the ink doesn't bleed through the pages. It's literally giving me no issues. It's kind of the same thing as a Moleskine journal, but literally a fifth of the price. It's not $30. Doesn't give me no issues, and I love this journal. I even bought myself another one for when this one runs out, but for $5, you really can't go wrong. I'll leave the link in my description. I'm not sponsored by them, but I just think it's a great product. I know a lot of other people like to use the Moleskine ones. I know people like using field notes. I know some people like just using marble notebooks. All I'm gonna say is it doesn't matter how expensive the journal you get is, it doesn't matter how cheap it is, as long as it's a journal that you enjoy writing in. You know, for me, a few like must-haves for a journal is that the pages don't rip easy and that the ink doesn't bleed. But if it's a journal that you enjoy writing in, that you can say like, oh, every day I'll enjoy writing in this because it doesn't give me problems, whatever. I feel like it'll make you enjoy the habit more if you have a journal you enjoy. And the same thing goes for the pen. I like using these Papermate pens. You could get them in like a pack of 50 at Walmart for like $5. I know some people like using like $30, $50, $100 pens, but same thing, as long as you get a pen that you enjoy writing in. I've just been writing with these pens. I had bought a pack in high school and I never ran out of the pack. And I'm just so used to writing with them that I just keep writing with them today. Oh, and another reason I like getting hardcovers is, you know, like, bro, I've been using this one for like a year and a half, no problems. So in like 20 years, unless my house fucking catches on fire, this journal's still gonna be intact. And I could always look back at it, look back on my ideas, look back on my thoughts, and not have to worry about them getting lost and shit. The second thing you're gonna wanna do is set your intention. I feel like the easiest way to start, especially like when the pages are blank and you don't know what to write about, is, you know, think about it in your head. What am I gonna be writing about today? It could be my goals. It could be thoughts that I just have about random things. It could be an event that happened to me in the last few days. It could be about gratitude. It could just be how I'm feeling. I feel like if you go and open the book with like some type of idea that you could just put the pen and start writing with, it's easier to flow into different ideas. But I feel like once you can get that first sentence down that gets you writing, once you have one entry and you're gonna wanna put another one, you're gonna wanna put another one. It's just really important just starting and getting yourself a reason to start. And that's why I think you should have an intention of like, what am I writing with today? Every time you open your journal, just pick one thing. You don't have to stick to that thing all the time, but just pick one thing that'll get you writing. The third thing you're gonna wanna do is find a journaling style that's right for you. This, I would say, is probably the second hardest step after starting because it takes a lot of trial and error. Sometimes you'll try something it doesn't like, or you'll take things and you'll just take the parts you like and just go with that. Literally what I used to do is I just Googled like journaling formats or ways to journal, and I would just take the ideas I liked and just run with those and see what worked and didn't work for me. In the end, I feel like my journaling style is quite simple. You know, I would show you guys like pages from my journal, but it's personal. I don't want everybody seeing it, but I just like to write in bullet points. I date the day and then I write bullet points for every thought. So like sometimes a thought will just be a sentence long, sometimes it'll be 2 pages long, sometimes it'll be a page long, depending on what the idea is. So like if I'm having a thought on like, yo, today I ate this food, it was really good, That's one sentence. And then my next thought, yo, today at work, this happened, this. You know, I like to just do it like that. It likes to keep me organized. I feel like I work better with bullet points, but you know, some people, they work better with just writing out an entire 3 pages of how their day is going. And that's fine, you know, find something that works for you. If you go online too and write like journaling prompts, you'll see like list of prompts that you could always start with if you're having a hard time, like, and you're struggling with like, oh, I don't know what to write about. Start with some prompts, and then eventually you'll get into it where you could just make the prompt off the top of your head. But finding a format that's right for you is really important, because once you have a format that you like and that works and that you enjoy doing, journaling won't really feel like a chore. It'll just be something that you like doing, and you got a system in place that makes it easy and makes it fun for you. The fourth thing I would say to do is try to make it a consistent habit. The best way to get good at something is practice. So, you know, the more you journal, the more you'll get good at it. The more you get good at it, the more you'll enjoy it. And the more you enjoy it, the more you'll want to do it. I'm not going to sit here and tell you guys that I journal every day of the week, because that would just be untrue. I would probably say that I journal between like 3 and 5 times a week. Sometimes you're going to be busy. Sometimes you're going to forget. Sometimes you're just going to straight up not feel like it. And that's 100% okay. Sometimes my entries, like I said, they're like a fucking sentence long, and sometimes they're like pages long. It really just depends on how much you want to journal that day, what you're feeling, what you're thinking. And don't put all this pressure like, oh, I need to journal every single day. If once I miss a few days, you know, I ruined the journal because I ruined the habit. I used to feel like that, like, oh, if there was too many big gaps in between my entries, that I ruined the journal and I would have to start all over again because I messed it up because the gaps are too big, and that's not productive. Remember, this journal is just for you. Only you should be reading it unless you want people to read it, but it doesn't matter how big the gaps are. Sometimes in this journal, I don't have any gaps bigger than a month, but you know, sometimes there's like 10-day gaps in here because I'm not feeling like it. I'm busy, or I got something to do, or I'm just not feeling like journaling. And that's 100% okay. I would just say try to make it enough of a habit where you could say you do it. You know what I mean? Like if you journal once every 6 months and it's not really consistent, you can't really say, oh, I journal consistently. But you know, if you journal like once a week, that's fine. If you journal like 3 times a week, every week, that's fine too. The last thing I'm gonna say is try to have fun with it. Don't put so much pressure on yourself for it to be perfect. Especially if this is your first journal, don't put any pressure on yourself for it to be perfect, because it won't be. But to be honest, I think that's probably one of the most fun parts about journaling, that you could look back on it and see cringy shit you wrote, see ways that you were thinking about things back then compared to how they are now, is to see stupid shit you wrote. Because that, like, if you don't have all your thoughts in your head organized, don't expect all your thoughts in the journal to be organized, because they're not. You're constantly growing every day. You're constantly learning new things. You're constantly experiencing new things. So every day, you know, your journal is going to be different. So just have fun with it, bro. It's not something that you're forced to do. It's not a fucking homework assignment you got from your teacher. It's just something that you're wanting to do because you have fun with it or you want to enjoy it. So hopefully this video motivated you to pick up a journal yourself and really start journaling 2024 and having a good time with it. My name is Max. If you like this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I got videos coming out every week, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.
Wake up out the dust, time to get this money. So many pitfalls in my life, that shit ain't even funny. Them rainy nights had them days looking mad sunny. My clothes nice, remember when them shits was mad.